The screen in Theater 7 went black, even though the movie had just started. The words, "Five Nights at Freddy's 3, only in cinemas December 20th, flickered back on, brighter than before. The speaker's screen was static. Then something moved inside the screen. Not a video. Not an effect. A tall, broken animatronic shape pushed forward, as if the movie was trying to crawl out of the theater. Kids screamed. Adults froze. And right as the thing lifted its glowing eyes toward the audience, the power died. Everything went dark. That was the moment everyone would remember. The moment people would say the movie was never just a movie. But it didn't start like that. Earlier that day, December 20th, the town of Riverside, Ohio was buzzing. The old Riverside cinema had been renovated just in time for a special release. Posters covered the walls, all showing the same image, a cracked green animatronic face with glowing eyes. Under it, bold letters promised Five Nights at Freddy's 3, only in cinemas December 20th. Ethan Miller stared at the poster while standing in line. He was 10 years old and loved scary stories, even though they sometimes scared him too much. His older sister, Maya, stood beside him, scrolling on her phone. "You're sure this won't be too scary?" Ethan asked. Maya smiled. "It's just a movie. Relax." Behind them, their friend Lucas Carter pretended to act brave, but his hands kept shaking. "I heard this one is different," he said. "Like, way more real." Inside the cinema, the lights were warm and yellow. Popcorn machines hummed. Families laughed. Nothing felt wrong. Mr. Daniels, the theater manager, proudly told people this was the biggest night Riverside Cinema had seen in years. But strange things had already started. A worker named Jenny swore she heard metal footsteps in the hallway near the storage room. Another employee said the security cameras kept glitching, showing empty rooms that suddenly weren't empty at all. Mr. Daniels blamed old wiring. The kids took their seats in Theater 7. The room filled fast. The lights dimmed. The chatter stopped. The movie began. At first, it was normal. The screen showed the familiar dark halls of Freddy's. The sound was loud but exciting. Ethan leaned forward, eyes wide. Maya whispered jokes to keep him calm. Lucas counted the exits, just in case. Then the first glitch happened. The movie froze for half a second. The animatronic on screen turned its head too slowly, like it wasn't following the script. The sound skipped. People laughed nervously. "It's part of the movie," someone said. The film continued, but something felt off. The shadows on screen looked deeper than before. The animatronic's eyes seemed to track the audience, not the camera. Ethan felt cold. Suddenly, the emergency exit door at the back of the theater slammed shut on its own. Everyone turned. Mr. Daniels stood up near the aisle. "Just a door issue," he said, trying to sound calm. That's when the screen went black. The title appeared again, Five Nights at Freddy's 3, only in cinemas December 20th. The letters began to drip, like wet paint. The speakers crackled. A low, mechanical breathing filled the room. Ethan grabbed Maya's arm. From inside the screen, something knocked back. Once. Twice. A long, broken hand pressed against the glass from the other side. And then the screen started to crack outward. The screen shattered with a loud crack, and the theater lights flickered on and off like they were scared too. People screamed and jumped from their seats. Popcorn spilled everywhere. Someone shouted to run, but no one moved fast enough. The cracked screen suddenly went still. Nothing came out. The breathing sound stopped. For a few seconds, there was only silence. "See?" Mr. Daniels said, his voice shaking. "Just a special effect. Everyone please stay calm." But Ethan knew that wasn't true. His heart was pounding too hard. Movies didn't crack screens. Movies didn't knock back. Maya stood up. "We're leaving," she said. They tried the aisle door. It wouldn't open. Lucas pulled harder. "It's stuck." Around them, other people were trying doors too. None of them worked. Phones came out, but there was no signal. The exit signs flickered, then went dark. The movie screen slowly lit back up. Not with the movie. It showed the inside of Theater 7. The camera angle was wrong. It was too high, like it was watching from the ceiling. Everyone could see themselves on screen, frozen and small. The crowd gasped. "That's the security camera," someone whispered. But the theater didn't have a camera in that spot. On the screen, something moved behind the rows of seats. A tall shape. Green. Broken. Dragging one foot as it walked. Springtrap. The animatronic turned its head on screen and stared directly at Ethan. At the same time, the speakers whispered his name. "Ethan!" Ethan screamed and dropped to the floor. The lights came back on fully, bright and harsh. The screen went normal again, showing the movie like nothing had happened. No cracks. No camera feed. Just actors running through dark halls. People argued. "This is fake. This is sick." Mr. Daniels rushed to the front. "Everyone stay seated. I'm calling the police." He turned away. The doors behind the screen opened. They were not supposed to exist. A cold green light poured out, along with the sound of metal scraping on concrete. The movie kept playing, but now the footsteps were louder than the speakers. Clang. Drag. Clang. Maya grabbed Ethan and pulled him under the seats. Lucas followed, breathing hard. "I told you this one was different," Lucas whispered. From between the rows, Ethan saw it. Springtrap stepped into the theater. It was taller than the screen version. Its suit was torn, wires hanging like vines. One eye glowed bright white. The other was dark and broken. It smelled like old metal and dust. People ran. Some tripped. Some froze. Springtrap tilted its head, listening. Then it laughed. Not loud. Not funny. Just broken. The animatronic walked down the aisle slowly, dragging its foot, enjoying the fear. Wherever it stepped, the lights above popped and went out, one by one. Ethan squeezed his eyes shut. "Don't move," Maya whispered. But Lucas sneezed. Springtrap stopped. Its head snapped toward their row. The movie screen changed again, showing a close-up of the three kids hiding. A red circle appeared around them, like a target. Springtrap turned and started walking straight toward them. Step. Drag. Step. People screamed and pushed past, but the doors were still locked. Mr. Daniels tried to reach the control room, but the hallway behind the screens slammed shut on him. Springtrap was only 3 rows away now. Ethan's chest hurt. He couldn't breathe. Suddenly, the fire alarm blared. Red lights flashed. Springtrap froze. Smoke filled the theater, thick and white. People coughed and shouted. In the confusion, Maya pulled Ethan up and ran. Lucas followed. They didn't know where they were going. They just ran. As they reached the front, Ethan looked back one last time. Springtrap was moving again. And this time, it was running. Springtrap ran through the smoke, faster than anything made of metal should move. Seats flipped. People screamed and fell. The fire alarm kept screaming too, like it was warning the whole building to escape. Maya dragged Ethan toward the side hallway. Lucas slammed his shoulder into a door marked Employees Only, and it burst open. They fell inside and slammed it shut behind them. The hallway was narrow and dark. Red alarm lights flashed, making everything look broken and wrong. "Keep moving," Maya said, trying to stay calm. Behind them, the theater door shook. Bang! Springtrap hit it from the other side. They ran past posters, storage carts, and cables on the floor. The building felt older back here, like it hadn't been fixed in years. The walls were scratched, and the lights flickered non-stop. At the end of the hall was a stairwell going down. Lucas stopped. "Why does a movie theater have a basement?" Another bang echoed behind them. The door cracked. They didn't argue. They ran down. The basement smelled like dust and old machines. Big metal boxes lined the walls. Wires hung from the ceiling. Screens blinked on and off, showing different parts of the theater. Ethan froze. One screen showed Theater 7. Empty seats. Broken screen. Another showed the hallway they had just run through. Springtrap stepped into view on that screen and turned its head slowly, like it could see them watching. "He knows where we are," Ethan whispered. A voice suddenly filled the room. Calm. Friendly. Fake. "Welcome, guests." The screens changed to show the movie logo again. Five Nights at Freddy's 3, only in cinemas December 20th. "This is the final experience," the voice said. "The audience stays. The show never ends." The metal door behind them slammed shut by itself. Springtrap dropped from the ceiling. It landed hard, cracking the floor. Maya screamed. The animatronic stood up slowly, blocking the only exit. Its glowing eye locked onto Ethan. The room felt smaller. Hotter. Like the air was running out. Lucas spotted a big red switch on the wall. "Fire control!" he shouted. Springtrap lunged. Lucas ran for the switch and pulled it down with all his strength. The lights exploded into sparks. The screens went crazy, flashing fast. The voice screamed and glitched. The floor shook. Springtrap froze again, shaking like it was being pulled apart. Ethan felt something strange, like the movie was losing power. "Now!" Maya yelled. They ran past Springtrap as it struggled to move. Its metal hand scraped Ethan's jacket, burning cold. They hit the emergency exit at the back of the basement. This one opened. Cold night air rushed in. They ran outside as the building behind them went dark. No alarms. No lights. No sound. Police cars arrived minutes later. Fire trucks too. The adults rushed in, shouting questions. But inside the theater, they found nothing. No broken screen. No animatronic. No basement full of screens. Just empty seats and a normal movie paused on the screen. The next morning, the news called it a technical issue. The theater closed. The movie was pulled from all cinemas. But that night, Ethan couldn't sleep. His phone buzzed. A new video notification. Five Nights at Freddy's 3, special screening. Under it, one message appeared. "Thank you for attending. The show isn't over yet."